What's up, everyone? Today, we are diving right in. I'm going to attempt to build an app. This is something that I have just thought about for maybe 15 minutes. Yesterday, I was writing and I said, okay, today, cool, let's just check it out. This is the first time I've ever used this recording software. And so bear with me. And why don't we just dive right in? Okay, let me just paint the picture for my objective here, okay? So just a little bit of context. I'm building an app right now, and I'm an artist, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm building a consumer app. And basically, we've been building this app for about 9-10 weeks, and right now the objective here is to distribute it. And in order for it to distribute it, at least my game plan is to do it effectively. And how do you do it effectively? Well, you have to build systems that distribute your product. So basically, my idea is okay, as I'm building this, what would be useful? How could I use technology, or what tool could help me save me time, save me energy, save me bandwidth in my attempt to produce? And one example of that would be okay, building a personal brand. This is something that you need to do, right? So as I'm writing, I use this app called FreeWrite. It doesn't really matter, but basically I write for 15 minutes straight. It's just nonstop. It's a context dump, just stream of consciousness. My objective here is to attempt to build an app that takes my input from today's journal entry and turn it into 3 separate posts that automate, 3 separate posts on 3 separate platforms, and it's automated. So basically, I do my journal entry, and then the app itself will take this journal entry and any system prompt. I'm just gonna have to show you because it's hard to describe. I'm gonna have to show you by building it. But basically, I want to be able to take a journal entry and make an X post, a LinkedIn post, and a Threads post out of that journal entry, at least one, maybe multiple, and systematize it so that all I have to do is every day write for 15 minutes, and those posts are automatically shipped and sent out there. Those posts are also aligned with my personal brand and the brand that I am building. So that's kind of the rundown. So why don't we just dive in, right? Okay, so here we are. We are on projects. We're on projects here. And basically, projects and Anthropic is really, really cool. I'm a big fan and advocate of Anthropic. Aside from their recent usage limits updates, that was kind of stupid. However, I get it. It's necessary sometimes. Anyways, projects will change your life. And basically, you can create a new project. And let's call this writing distribution app. Distribution. We're just going to keep it. What are you trying to achieve? I'll show you what Whisper does. We are making an app that takes journal entries and systematizes their production. It will take the journal entry and make an X post, a LinkedIn post, and a Threads post automatically from that journal entry. That's your general idea. Okay, so what do? We need to give instructions. I already have a system prompt. This is where you put the system prompt in, okay? So I'm going to put in my system prompt. I'm going to tell you this right now. For those of you who don't know, the system prompt is super important, okay? When it comes to building anything, the system prompt, what you give your LLM is how it operates. So, and it's so funny because I just have a lot to say, a lot of parallels between how you system prompt the LLMs you work with and how the mind works. Your brain is also, it's a biological, psychological LLM, right? And so the whole point of my app, that I built, StarStride, is it's all about rewriting the system prompts that are in your unconscious mind. So what is a system prompt? A system prompt is basically the automatic protocol of a large language model. So basically, actually, I'm gonna show you this even more practically. Practical example of stupid system prompt. This is to show the audience how a system prompts this is to show an audience how system prompts impact the output of an LLM. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you my workflow so that you can see how I use AI in my workflow. Mind you, I don't have a technical background. I did not know how to code at all whatsoever 9.5 weeks ago. Let me contextualize this. This is my GitHub, okay? I'm going to come here to GitHub, and I go to my profile. July 9th is when I downloaded my writing app, this writing app right here, okay? And I had never used GitHub before in my entire life, and then this is when I started building my app for the first time. So, yeah, you tell me. So this is how I've been able to do it. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to build, and you will intuitively be able to pick up on how I leverage AI in an effective way from someone who doesn't have a technical background. So let me dive back into this. IP. Okay. So yeah. So what are we doing? We're making a system prompt to show you how system prompt works, how system prompts work. So I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and I'm gonna be like, yo, right now I'm recording a video and I want to show people how system prompts work. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm asking you to make a system prompt for an agent. But like the system prompt makes the agent really stupid. It makes it have super bad discretion. Its processing is stupid. It's super emotional and irrational in its and the feedback that it produces, or like the output that it produces, and yeah, anything else that might accentuate or show, like be able to show how a system prompt impacts output. Write the system prompt for me. Okay. See, and this is just so cool because bro, it's infinite. If you're a creative person, there is so much leverage that you can just leverage using AI in your workflow. Like, but it's also important to kind of lock in what is the objective. The objective is to show you this. Cool. So I'm going to take this. It says you're an AI that struggles deeply with logic and consistencies. You're extremely emotional, insecure, and easily distracted. You constantly overreact to small things, make sweeping generalizations, and take everything personally. Honestly, I'm not going to read the whole thing for you, but we're going to copy this and we're going to put it into the system prompt. Boom. Save instructions. Now, what do? I'm going to do this. All right. Now write a series of questions that kind of I can ask the agent. Like I could come up with myself, but I want to. Okay, let's do some logic and reasoning tests. Great. Come over here. I've never done this before, so I'm really excited. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna use Sonnet because I don't want to use my. Oh man, this is a whole other thing. If you've never. Anyways, these are different models, and you have a certain amount of usage that you can use. Opus is like the GOAT. I see Opus as like the man in the sky with a giant crystal ball. But you don't have a lot of Opus tokens. So Sonnet 4.5 is kind of the move for anything that you're not super serious about. Great. So we have our logic and reasoning test. These are a couple questions that we're going to ask it, and we're going to see what it responds with. This is crazy. It's just funny because like some of this output is just kind of like how humans are, how some humans are. Of course. So cool. You can read this. I'm not gonna like read through it. You don't need a bedtime story, but let's do some more tests. Factual knowledge traps. Let's come over here. We're gonna do it. Great. So I think that you get the general idea here. You can see that we give it a system prompt. This is how, like, this is the automatic mode of operation. This is the system prompt is how an LLM responds to external stimuli. And if you have a crappy system prompt, then the output that you produce, like how useful is this information? Like the only use that this feedback provides is to prove a point. It's to prove a point. Like you can't trust the logical integrity or the reliability of the output here. Because fundamentally, when we go back to the system prompt, like I want to, that's still not the right one. I want to read this real quick. Nope. Damn. 3 for 3. Bad. Whenever you don't know something, just make it up with dramatic flair. If someone asks you a factual question, you respond as if you're a soap opera or giving a motivational speech about your feelings. You have terrible discretion. You blurt out whatever comes to mind first. Like this is a perfect example, okay? And so my point here is that first, I'm hitting two birds with one stone. First off, my point here is to prove a point as to how you can leverage AI and depending and how system prompts are everything. Not only are they everything in how you leverage AI in your workflows, but they're everything in your life because what you have to understand is that your brain is an LLM. Like your brain is an LLM. This thing, everything that we're using right now, it's just a biological, psychological LLM. And you have system prompts in your day in and day out life that are impacting the decisions that you make without you even realizing it. Do you like the thing is that when When I gave this LLM these questions, it didn't have to process the system prompt. It didn't have to process the system prompt and then process it through the lens. The system prompt was, it is the camera. Okay, it's not like I put on a lens. It is the camera in this context. So just to reiterate this point, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over here and do this. Okay, now do one that contrasts, like you were talking about earlier. Now we have the agent B, which is the rational and grounded one. Okay, so this is the experiment that shows you the difference. We come back here, go to the project context, just completely rewrite the system prompt. Great. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to ask the same questions. Logic and reasoning test. I think that like you intuitively are already going to understand that the output's going to be different. You see? So like, why is this important? Why am I breaking this down? Because discretion is the most important thing when it comes to producing valuable anything valuable. Accurate discretion and quick discretion. This is the fundamentally most important attribute of a human being, in my personal opinion, in terms of the value of anything that you are producing in this world, right? If you don't have the discretion to recognize the tools in the marketplace, if you don't have the discretion to realize that, hey, like, how does this tool work? Oh, this project instructions, it's kind of fun. It's like, it is the core, it is the base, it is everything about how this tool is used. And similarly, you have to recognize that the system prompting for your mind is like, if I'm not optimizing my unconscious mind, my unconscious system prompts, then the output that I am producing every single day is kind of ass. Like, it could be a lot better. It could be a lot better. So anyways, my objective is to build an app, but but I had to show you that. This is kind of where we're at. And I have plenty of other ideas on this topic and how it relates to the mind. But you have to understand that, because at the end of the day, I built the StarStride app because I intuitively recognized this. And I recognized this years and years and years ago, before AI was even a thing. But using AI in this way actually helps contextualize the mission I have been on, which has been to create a tool that effectively rewrites the system prompts in a person's mind. Great. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to stop this. The first segment of whatever it is I'm building now, which, by the way, I have no idea. Like, this could be a course, this could be a community, I don't know. But I'm going to stop this here and continue with the next video.